Hello, welcome to the Nonsense Hour with Cohen and Adam. Today we'll be talking about nonsense as usual, yada yada yada. Nonsense. Yeah, pretty much.
Are you getting over this?
No,
You're not getting over it yet?
no, not yet.
Okay. Well, it just sounds like you're a little irritated with.
No, I'm just a little.
Are you
Little
tired?
woozy woo.
A little woozy woo? Like what from you? From a lack of sugar, or just a lack of sleep, or?
Probably both.
Okay. All right. And what did you want to? You wanted to start the show off by saying you wanted to do a new intro. What was the new intro
I
that you
didn't
were going
want
to
to do a
use?
new intro. I would wanted to say that we totally consistent podcast. Totally recorded the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. So I guess let's start off with some old news. You ready for some old news? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
So yeah, we did take a week off. You were sick, right? And
Yeah.
you got sick from your sister, who...
Mia, by the way, if you're listening to this, how dare you?
Well,
Come on.
I'm not even
Your
sure
little
she-
bro's pissed.
I'm not even sure she's listening anymore, man. Like, I think the
You better be
producer
listening.
is... I mean, she did give us some notes
She did?
for this show, yeah. And some old business. I brought up a show on Comedy Central called Alternational.
What's International?
It's a really good show. It's pretty
You
funny.
gotta make sure you roll your L's.
I think it's roll your R's.
Whatever.
Mi español es un poco malo.
Hey, do you
Some
guys
new
want to hear
business.
some shower thoughts?
Yeah, new business. Shower thoughts.
Shower
Is that
thoughts.
going to be a new segment of the show?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start off with shower thoughts with Cohen, starting now.
If they arrest a mime, would they still say you have the right to remain silent?
Who knows? Maybe. I mean,
Or,
I think it's against the law for a mime to make any sort of noise.
alright, so...
In fact, in mime college, if you screw up, they just shoot you in the head.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is shower
Mimes
thoughts.
are actually
so
pretty
it's
violent
facts
people.
and questions. Why are they called cowboys if they ride horses?
Are these all TikToks? Did you get
Maybe.
these from TikToks?
Maybe.
Yeah. What were some of the
Do you
other
know
ones?
the average person in their lifespan at least walks by 36 murderers in their life?
So if the average life is like 70 years, I'm in the mid of that. I've walked past 15.
Probably.
Roughly 15 or 17, 16, somewhere in there.
Yeah, pretty much. Or another one is that...
Are you okay with
There's a
murder if it was
50%
like murder for good? Like,
Yeah, probably.
okay.
Do you know there's a 50% chance any toys in your home has a camera in it, and the person that put the camera in there has thought about murdering you once or
50%
twice?
chance, folks. Have you heard this? Okay, there's 100% chance that you can make anything a toy if you play with it. That's true. Anything
Okay,
is a
let's
toy
not
if you
go
play
there.
with it. So a new segment that I thought about would be fun. Remember me and Cohen were just watching.
Shower thoughts.
Oh, still remaining in the shower with shower thoughts. Here's Cohen.
I got another one. Give me a
Yeah,
second. Give
sure.
me a second. Continue with your segment. I'll think
Oh,
of some more
okay.
shower thoughts.
Well, I was just going to say another segment we were going to maybe try to work on, but we didn't quite get the producer notes from the producer on, was a segment we're actually stealing from a show that me and you watched called Magic for Humans. Did you like that one?
Trick question.
Trick questions. And so we would love to lean on our audience, the few that maybe are still listening, who have not thought that we have given up because we took a week off because Mia was sick. She came home, infected Cohen. He was sick. I somehow magically, my strong flexing immune system didn't get sick.
I got a shower thought.
Back to shower thoughts with Cohen.
If you throw a rock into the ocean, you will probably be the last person to touch that rock until the end of time.
That is probably 100% true. Maybe.
It is.
I got some questions. Some of these are from the producer. Some are ones that you've either said over the last couple of weeks that I've secretly put in the pod notes for us to talk about. One was, if you could stay any age, which age would it be? For
Or,
you,
like,
that
what
I mean,
segment?
you've only
Middle age, teenager, kid,
for
toddler.
you don't know because you're only 10. So like, if you could
I
go
just said-
back from would you stay at 10 here? Would you go back to 2? Do you have any memories from 2?
Me?
Yeah.
I
Like,
don't know why.
What's your earliest
I don't know
memory
why,
as a
but
kid?
I don't know why, but there's this memory of Mom crouching down to me saying she's going to work at this house. Saying she's going to work with a big smile on her face when I was like 2, and I still don't know why I have that memory.
Okay. Do you have an early memory like that with
I also
me?
have another memory. No, not really.
Oh.
And then I also have another
I'm not that
memory where I'm
special.
sleeping and like I'm looking up into that little spinny thing that like every kid has above their bed. Little spinner doodles thingy.
Yeah, it's called
And I'm in my crib and I'm
why
all
am
just
I
like
spacing what that's called? Everyone knows what we're talking about here, and probably someone listening right now is being like, "You idiots! You can't remember the name of the thing that spins over the." Anyways, what about it? You have a memory sitting.
I just have a memory of sleeping, bedtime, me just looking at the ceiling at that as it's spinning, and me just being like,
Was it that, or was it the fan that you
no,
were...
it wasn't the fan.
Okay, so, but you didn't answer the question. If you could stay any age, so you're 10.
I have no
you
idea.
Would stay at 10? Would you go back to
I have no
3?
idea.
Okay,
you would ask me that question when we were like episode 550, and I'm like,
you're
at least 16.
Okay. Well, I think maybe for me, I would probably go back to sometime in the early 20s. Just, I have really no reason for it. Just to maybe just... I don't know. Seems like a fun time to go back to, I guess. The second question. If you could change yourself into any person, who would it be and why? Do you want me to go?
Yeah, you go.
I think I would change myself into Elon Musk.
Why?
And here's why. I have this, ever since he was on Joe Rogan's podcast, I have this sneaky suspicion that he may be AI, right? Like, what if somewhere...
There's a theory that he's an alien.
Maybe he is. I mean, it's crazy to think that someone has as much genius as him and the amount of time to, like, function.
How old is he?
Good question. We will Google this real quick. How old is Elon Musk? How old is Elon? 48. He is 48 years old.
48?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So he's 10 years older than me, and he's accomplished quite a bit. Can we... all I can hear is the drinking. Remember, we talked about this.
It's good.
So, to you.
Yes.
Anyone you could turn into or want to be, who would it be?
That's a good question.
It is.
I mean, it depends how I'm feeling,
To
be honest. Like, it depends, like, if I'm... I don't know. Depends. Do you know... Oh, also, did you guys know that you get paid off of TikTok if you're... you have a TikTok Pro account? Excuse me. When did I know that? Why
I don't think
not
anyone
aware?
that listens to our show has a TikTok or
Wrong.
participates in TikTok.
Wrong.
I mean, maybe Mia when she listens, but this will be episode 14. And I'm guessing that Mia gave up around episode
10.
6. I'm going 6. You're going 10?
No, wait. Probably 8.
Yeah. So, it's hard to say. So, are you just going to avoid that question?
I mean, I'm not... I just don't really know how to answer that one.
Okay. All right. Early Thanksgiving predictions on table conversation while eating. Do you have any... Do you remember last Thanksgiving?
Shower thoughts.
Shower thoughts with Cohen. Do you have another shower thought, or you just wanted to say
No, that's
shower
probably
thoughts?
what's going to happen.
Oh, is that you're going to
Thanksgiving.
sit at the Thanksgiving table and talk about random shower facts that you think about, or TikTok things that you remember from your TikTok scrolling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Shower thoughts. It's
Early
an actual shower thoughts time. It's natural.
Okay, shower
If
thoughts with
Pinocchio
Cohen.
says his nose is going to grow, but then it doesn't happen, he would be lying, right? So his nose would grow, but then he would be telling the truth.
I think you've said
What would
this
happen? Would this be
before,
like
man.
rapid fire, freaking AK-47, or would it just be his nose breed or something?
Shower thoughts. I think we're going to have to refine this segment a little bit. Maybe you could come up with these in advance and run them by me, because I just want them to be a little more, like, punchy and consistent.
All right, Dad.
All right.
Continue.
So early Thanksgiving prediction conversation around the table. I'm interested to hear from people what their families talk most about around the Thanksgiving table. How much of that talk has to do with early colonization of this country and, that sort of thing. Or how much of it is just about, having to sit through and listen to, odd stories from family members or random questions. But anyways, let's move on. The next section is we're talking about okay. Can you cough away from the mic? And Mia wanted us to talk about okay boomer, which is
Okay,
memes.
boomer.
Okay, remember, dude. Let's have some professional etiquette with the mic.
That's
okay?
a meme going around.
Yeah. So there's memes going around where it's like okay boomer, where it's when a baby boomer posts a meme about something that only other baby boomers find funny or get.
Like minion memes or...
Right, which you tried the other days.
When I was your age, I was fighting the Nazis, and I'm like, on PS4 or Xbox, and then a boomer would post that, and I'm like, okay, boomer.
Yeah, but you don't really... I think you have a kind of a vague idea of what a boomer is. Like, Pa is a boomer.
Yes.
Grandpa is a baby boomer, yeah. So it'd be like almost anything that Pa puts on his Facebook where it's referencing times in the past.
Listen to this, you know.
Does he?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, there's probably a couple okay boomers on Pa's Facebook. Anyways, so questions for Cohen for the podcast. These are ones from the producer. She wants to know, do you know what pollination is?
Yes.
Can you explain how it works?
It's when a bee lands on a flower and sucks up and goes like, and then...
Okay, you kind of cut off there and stopped because you're making yourself laugh. So a bee lands on a flower and does what?
It touches the pollen and then he takes it to another flower and puts it on that flower and then it's all like growy and it's like your vroom box goes.
Cohen can somewhat in a layman's term explain pollination. Okay, so here's another one. Question for Cohen.
Yes.
You switch with one animal. What is it? So that means you can become an animal for, let's just say for the day. What animal would that be?
All right, I got a whole list. All right.
Well, no.
Fox.
Okay.
Ferret. Cat. Dog. A bird.
Are these all in the order that you want to be in? You first want to become a fox?
Bunch of them.
Okay. But is there one in that list that you've gotten so far?
Scratch the bird.
Scratch the bird.
No.
No.
A ferret. Did I say ferret?
You said ferret.
I said
so far you have 3 F animals. Ferret, fox, and ferret, fox. Did you say something else?
That I think you're losing your mind.
I might be losing it. Okay. All right. For
And
me,
I
I think I'm just going to go with some sort of big cat, like a lion, a leopard, a cheetah, or a jaguar. I think they call them jaguars.
It's a jaguar, bro.
And I think it's pronounced jaguar.
It's a jaguar.
Anyways,
can they comment on the pods? It showed us? No, go on the email,
the pod nonsense at gmail.com, and you can email it right here. I'm going to point somewhere arbitrarily in the video if you're watching, and it'll display.
Vote. Is it Jaguar or Jaguar? Vote up there.
Or you can just
there.
You can just be compliant with me and understand that it's Jaguar.
It's not.
Anyways, next question. What's the first thing you teach your newborn child when you have one? What's the first thing? What's a first lesson that you want him to learn?
I mean, it depends what age I'm at. It depends if I'm really immature at the time.
Okay. Let's say you're 20, 21. You just had a kid. What's the first lesson you're going to teach that kid?
Dad, I'm 10. I don't know about that stuff.
Well, okay. You don't have at least one thing that you would like him to know? Hey, man, sometimes when you're done peeing, you got to make sure you shake it pretty good. Otherwise, you
don't even get started with that. Don't go there.
Okay. All right.
I don't really know. Okay. It depends.
We'll skip to the next one. What's the biggest difference between mom and dad's advice?
yours, like when you're teaching me how to drive, if you're
I've
like, take
never.
a left turn, take a left.
Okay, whoa. First of all, just for the listeners, I've never taught you how to drive.
I'm talking
I've
about
never let you sit.
Mia.
Oh,
I'm talking
okay.
about just like in general. So basically, you're like, after a while, you start getting annoyed when you keep on telling him to do something, and you're like, take a left turn, take a left turn, take a left turn, take a left turn.
Okay, don't yell on the mic. Okay. And then, so what's the difference between
I don't know.
how
Just
I do that versus how Mom does it?
I don't know. Mom can be I don't know. I
What
was
did you
gonna say
wanna
she
say?
can be a little annoying about it sometimes.
Right.
It depends. It depends.
Okay.
It depends what kind of advice they're giving.
Right. Like, let's say it's advice about, like, how to tie your shoe. Like, something kind of mundane like that.
Mom, definitely. Mom's
You would rather have
better.
that advice come from Mom?
Dad. She worked at a shoe store for basically
A shoe store?
a shoe store for 2/3 of his life, life so far.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure she knows how to tie her shoes in many different ways.
This is true. Your mom is the equivalent of Al Bundy in a female body. You don't get that reference, but that's okay.
Yeah, I don't.
All right, so next question. So Mia does this thing. She explained to me. She's got 2 roommates in her dorm, and at the end of the day, they do this thing where they sit down. They all make a cup of tea because they want to have like a little cup of tea. Have a little cup of tea and talk about
Dad, just continue.
your day and see how things are going.
Dude,
and
continue.
They will say to each other what their rose is, which would be something good that happened. The thorn, which would be something bad that happened. And then your bud, which would be what is something that you're hopeful for.
Who started this?
I don't know. But I find this a very healthy thing to do with, like, people you probably cohabitate with. Because then you're kind of, like, engaged in a conversation where you're understanding someone's
So
how their
Mia's
day
kind of
went.
gotten out of the tea, kombucha, water stuff?
No,
or
that's,
is she still
that's
in
something
that?
completely different, man. This would just be like, okay, so, like, for you, what is something good that's happened since last time you were on the pod?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Nothing like... you got to watch the new Rick and Morty,
Oh, yes,
or
I got
you
to watch the first new episode of Rick and Morty.
Okay, so that's good, right?
It was awesome.
Yes. Careful around the mic. What would be the thorn, the bad thing that's happened recently?
I was going to say something inappropriate.
Right.
Give me a second.
Okay.
I'll think about it.
Or do you have something that that would be considered your bud, something that you're hopeful to happen, something that you're looking forward to happening? I can think of something that you were thinking about yesterday that you were kind of excited about.
What?
Someone coming to town.
Emma.
Yes. So that would be like your bud, what you're looking forward for.
Yeah.
So the only thing is you can't think of something bad, which I was thinking you would be like the whole getting sick and having to take that antibiotic.
Oh yeah, that might be. It tasted like the
you were
BMW that you.
Quite the princess when it came to
Can
that.
we talk about the B? Oh, I found out what I hated. The
What?
BMW that you picked me up in.
It wasn't a BMW, dude.
Whatever,
it was a
bro.
Escalade.
Escalade.
A Cadillac Escalade.
All right, basically he picks me up in this. Smelled like a chain smoked or lived
It did not.
in there for the first 2/3 of his life, then died in there.
Yeah.
Then that turned into a coffin car, and then another smoker went in there, died in there again, turned into another coffin car, and then got to David's.
So what
That's
he's referring
literally what it
to
smells
is
like.
my El Jefe, which is Espanol for my boss, who we will refer to only by as El Jefe Rojo, kindly let me drive home a 2013 Escalade, pearl white, black leather interior. It's very nice. We're talking a 5.7 liter V8 of just raw American power. And Cohen, who went from driving around in a Ford Focus with no heated seats, no luxuriousness of it, no
Because
wood
that
grain
feels
dash.
like home, Dad.
Yeah.
That is home.
So, anyways, I pick him up in a newer or nicer car, and he
It was
complains.
a nice car until I smell
Yeah.
that smell.
Okay, and I will admit it did have a odor, one might say, but it's not quite the odor that you're describing.
It was.
But,
It was. 100% it was.
so that was your thorn, is what you're saying, your bad thing. Okay, all right. Normally on the show we would do screen time. For those
6
of
hours
you,
and something.
Yeah, Cohen's at a ridiculous amount of time. I've recently switched my phone over to a new phone, a OnePlus 7 Pro, which I am very happy with. If you've been listening, I used to rock
6
a
hours
Google.
and 32 minutes.
Yeah, that's a long time, man.
What about your new Google with it? They just sent you the new Google
So
Pixel
yeah, I was
3a.
having an issue with my Google phone where I was trying to switch to Google service, and my Google phone didn't work on Google service. So after like multiple calls to Google's lovely customer service, they allowed me to send my phone back to them, which they have sent me a new one, and I'm going to try again, trying to get my phone's service.
He said if they like keep on not working, he's gonna record them on YouTube or even post them on the pod.
I secretly would like to start recording my conversations with Google and how, just so you guys can get an idea of how ridiculous. And almost everyone's experienced what they would say not quite a
smart person.
No, it's not that. It's just it's not a very good experience with a customer service line, and that's what you would expect you would get. Given that that phone was a $400 phone, and
but you paid it for like $100.
Well, it's because I had traded in my old iPhone to get that Google phone, and anyways, it's an ongoing story. So right now I am currently on this OnePlus 7 Pro, and it is all screen. This is
Show him the camera thing.
90 hertz refresh screen.
Show the camera thing.
Uber fast. It's got an in-screen fingerprint reader. I'm not going to go off on it. There's plenty of YouTube.
Camera, front camera. Do it.
Okay, Cohen really wants the viewers to see how the camera works. Again, we've already done this on the pod, but boom, see, it pops up, and let's take a picture.
Popping up right there. See?
Let's take a picture of us so we can post it. Hold on. So yeah, I've rather enjoyed this phone. It is super fast. It is almost equally as nice as...
What he says is crispy and buttery.
The screen is super crispy and very buttery. And I don't know why I said it like that. But anyways, you okay, bud? It's a lesson you should learn because you keep on drinking so much. Anyways... I think that's about all we got for the pod, man.
Are you ready to wrap it up?
I think we're ready to wrap it up.
Ooh, yes. Don't be a jerk. Don't be mean. Be awesome.
Yeah,
be kind.
I think we're living in a world where...
Don't make fun of gay people. It's been happening a lot on TikTok and Fortnite. I keep on seeing it. There's nothing wrong with being gay.
Let's just have love for evereverone. That means everyone. Okay?
Be nice, Earth.
Everyone.
All right, countdown on 3. Wubba lubba. 3, 2, 1. Wubba lubba dub dub.
Thank you guys. That's episode 14. We'll see you next time.
Bye bye.